for me, hey. I be feeling like the man when I walk through. I ain't stunning what you saying when I walk through. I got all these hoes staring when I walk through. I done made a few bands on the walk through. Watch me, hey, why me walk through? Watch me, hey, why me walk through? Watch me, hey, why me walk through? I done made a few bands on the walk through. I done made a few bands on the walk through. People don't know now, don't talk to. Me and Parliament in the big hill boss too. Sitting at the round table making balls move.
All right, and welcome back to another episode of The Perspective Podcast. I am your host, Marty Lee. To my right, I got my dog, Tevin Hinton, in the building. To my left, I got my dog, Taj and Jamal, in the building. Fellas, what it do?
Yeah.
How y'all living? What's going on with y'all this week? How's things been since last week's recording?
Good. Yeah, I've been good. I had a real good week this week, so ain't no complaints over here on this side.
Man, week was pretty solid over here. It's a little wet out here now. You know what I'm saying? We having to deal with that bullshit.
It's that time of year.
Yeah, man.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, man.
Unfortunately, it is that time of year. Well, I know, T, you riding high right now with the Saints starting off the year on the right side of things. Unfortunately, y'all played a JV team. Y'all played a junior high team. So, I mean, that's great for you and the Saints faithful. But unfortunately for me and TJ over here, we starting off the year on the wrong side of things. But that's okay, because there's so much more football to be played.
I didn't know. Wait, the Raiders lost?
Don't do that.
No, I swear to God, I thought that's why I thought I won.
See how winners do, bro?
No, I thought the Raiders won because I got Devontae on fantasy and he did alright. So I was like, oh, okay. I just assumed they won.
Oh,
we took that L. We took that L this week.
I really thought you won.
Yeah, we took that L this week. But yeah, so of course, as since TJ alluded to it, we got. Unfortunately, here in Louisiana, in the Third Coast, we are, in the Texas and Louisiana region, we are expecting a hurricane to make landfall here. I guess within 24 hours sounds about right.
Yeah.
As we're recording this here on September 10th, which is a Tuesday. But so hurricane is supposed to make landfall. Hurricane Francine.
Hurricane Franny is what they call him on Facebook. Hurricane Franny, man. Them people do not take shit serious, yo. This nigga got a whole Facebook page. Talking about I'm taking out a bank. Nigga like one of my wife comments and shit. I was like, no, one of her posts. I was like, what the fuck? She was like, Hurricane Franny just like my shit. I was like, you know what? This is too much social media for me today. I can't, yo. Nigga trying to stay dry out, yo.
Fact. You know what's crazy? It's like, I heard from some of my partners and stuff, like one of my cousins called me from Natchitoches today, and he was asking me, is it raining here? I was like, yeah, it's been raining since this morning. And he was like, son, it hasn't even rained up here. And then I talked to one of my partners down in New Iberia. He was like, it's not even raining here. I was like, how?
That's super tricky. Y'all niggas right here.
Yeah.
Y'all are right here.
Right. Y'all are literally like an hour, if that, an hour south toward New Iberia, and then 50, 40 minutes higher, depending on how you drive toward Natchitoches. But yeah, to everybody that's listening, please stay safe with this upcoming weather approaching. Do your due diligence. Protect your family. Protect your belongings. Get them sandbags. You never know what can happen, because we definitely don't want a repeat of Hurricane Gustav, where a storm just sits over the city.
Lord.
So hurricane aside, fellas, we wrapped up week 2 of college football, and unfortunately, there was some unfortunate action going on there.
Shit was nasty.
That was rough. Yeah. That was rough. I sat there and I watched Tulane choke away a upset.
K-State, wasn't it?
Yeah, they choked away a upset bright and early. I think the offensive coordinator or head coach, whoever's calling the offensive plays, he should get those duties stripped from him. Because I sat there and watched him call a wide receiver screen in the red zone with under 40 seconds to go in the first half. and then they went on to pretty much not score again for the rest of the game. But Tulane choked that one away. For me, I happened to put a parlay down on that one.
I remember you mentioning that last week.
And that is the only one that missed. That's the only one. So that's how my Saturday started. But Did y'all tune into the Colorado and Nebraska game?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I called it right before halftime.
Yeah.
Oh, it was over by then.
Yeah, so I ain't missed that.
I turned it off at halftime. Started watching Transformers, the original one, first movie, Michael Bay and Shia LaBeouf. Like, I was like, you know what? You sit down and watch something that's gonna make me happy here because what the hell? That shit was tragic. That old line just continues to show that they are not good.
They're not ready.
Oh my goodness, Shador was all over the bed. He looked like Mahomes in the Super Bowl against Tampa Bay. Just could not make anything happen. Just running around trying and just getting. What do you got, like sacked like 6 times?
Yeah.
Like, jeez, man. I was like, yeah, it's over. This is bad to even watch. Everything about it wasn't good.
Yeah, it's definitely that was definitely hard to sit there and watch that watch Shador go through that because first of all, Shador is not a big dude.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I would say he's like one. Let's be generous here. Let's say he's 180.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 185.
Yeah. Let's say he's 180. So I don't know. From Colorado aside, they're dismantled what Nebraska did to them, unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like Nebraska is back, but they have to play a little bit more competition.
Yeah.
But did y'all?
Forgot Matt was the coach over there, Matt Rule.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, he's a real coach.
Yeah. Meanwhile, he's still getting paid for the Panthers.
That's right.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That's right.
He's still getting paid from Carolina. But did y'all catch anything else from this college football weekend?
Unfortunately, I didn't. I had a funeral to attend, so I was on some family shit the entire day. That was the only time I did get free enough to try to check out something. But I kept up with some highlights of LSU, but that was about it.
Yeah, same here. I think I was at a funeral too, so I ain't catch much of nothing either. So yeah, except LSU highlights. That was really LSU highlights, and then like you said, the Tulane. Because I remember you mentioned that one, so I tuned in to them highlights. And I was like, man, he called that upset, but they gave it away.
Yeah.
So them the only ones I really checked in on.
Yeah. Condolences on those services that y'all had to attend this weekend.
Yes, sir.
It's always tough sending somebody off, you know.
Yeah, man.
But the new NCAA football rankings are out. Georgia remains at the top. Texas took Michigan apart piece by piece.
I did see that.
Yeah.
Lord.
Michigan is they've definitely taken a step back as they've lost their head coach and a lot of their talent to the league.
Mm-hmm.
And so Texas is number 2, Ohio State number 3. Ohio State has either a wide receiver that looks mad explosive. I just know he wears number 4. I forgot his name.
That freshman.
That's a freshman.
Freshman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that freshman boy. Man,
Yeah. Ohio State sitting at 3. Alabama was sitting over there at 4. They had a really tough game against USF for South Florida 2 years in a row. Alabama pulled away late. That score is not indicative of how that game went at all.
Right, it was like a 4-point game for like a while or something like that. A 2-point game, something like that for a little while. In the third quarter, I think.
Yeah, for the fourth quarter, Bama pulled away. Fourth quarter, with about 8 minutes ago, Bama pulled away. They just went back to old school football, running the rock, and South Florida didn't have the bodies to keep up.
Gotcha.
So that's how that went. Ole Miss, surprisingly, sitting at 5. Missouri 6, Tennessee 7, Penn State 8. They had a tough one against Bowling Green.
Mm-hmm.
That was that could have got bad for a while.
Okay.
But Oregon 9. Somebody said that they were in a tough one the other night whenever we were politicking. Mm-hmm. And Miami, the U, rounds out the top 10.
Okay.
So
where did Notre Dame fall to?
Notre Dame like 8. I'm gonna say 15 to 18. It's got to be, huh?
You called it. They're sitting at 18 as they got upset by Northern Illinois,
Yeah, I saw that.
Trash.
who has climbed into the top 25 now. Northern Illinois is sitting at 25.
Oh my god.
That sounds about right. Usually when they beat somebody that big, they pause. They jump up in their top 20, 23 to 25, somewhere in that area. So it sounds about right.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't think they'll be there long, but surprisingly, Boston College is right above them at 24, which that's nasty too. But
they beat Florida State, didn't they?
yeah, and everybody kicking Florida State teeth in. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm just looking here at the top 20, the top 10 of the 25, 6 teams are from the SEC.
Okay.
Georgia, Texas, Bama,
to
Ole Miss, Missouri, Tennessee, and the Big Ten. They have 1, 2, 3. They've got 3 schools. Miami is the only ACC representative in the top 10. USC is sitting right outside at number 11. That's the only one of note. I don't know how Kansas State climbed up. Well, that's because Notre Dame lost. But they climbed up to 14 after their tough game against Tulane that they barely squeaked away.
That's crazy.
But it is what it is with that. And then, did y'all have any other notes or anything y'all want to address from week 2?
In college? Nah, I haven't really seen anything else. Just getting ready for 3.
That's right.
Yeah, that's it.
So
What happened? Oh yeah, we LSU we lost players like crazy. We lost our starting running back and our starting D tackle
That's right.
for the whole season.
That's right.
They gotta make something happen. They got some players that need to step up. Well, the running game, I'm confident the running backs can step up, but that D line, I don't know nobody else on the D line or even the backups. I mean, but they're gonna have to do some stepping up because them usually some key positions that we have for power. You know, the D line, the end running back. So yeah, we gonna need some prayer. Shout out to what they boy Emory, man. He just had his career just been injury rate. I think this is second ACL tear or something like that.
Crazy.
And he been to school. This is 6th year. He's been trying to play. So just
we got
praying
that
for
news
that.
the day after we recorded.
Yeah, he got hurt because he was hurt after the game at practice the next day. So so that's what LSU. That's what we dealing with right now. So, but hopefully we can get some people to step up and make some happen. We got a tough one this week in South Carolina.
Yeah,
that's my pick.
On the road too.
Yeah, I'm saying we're going there.
So
and game day going there too.
Yeah, that's a trap game for us.
Keep your eyes on that one. Keep your eyes on that one. That's
I'm
one
not sleeping on this
because South Carolina's defense is legit.
Okay,
their defense is legit this year. So that's what I was gonna say. Leading into week 3, LSU does have a top 10. Well, they have a top game this weekend, as Tevin hinted to it. That they have LSU travels to Columbia to play South Carolina. A couple other games to note in college football: Arizona visits Kansas State. That's going to be a Fox primetime game. It's weird seeing Fox have primetime games in NBC, but that's with CBS going away from the SEC.
I missed that. I ain't gonna lie.
That's nasty.
I'm blaming everything on that if we have a shitty year.
Absolutely. Boston College travels over to Missouri to play them. That's bright and early at 11:45. Let's see, Oregon or Oregon State. They play at 2:30. Tulane travels to Oklahoma. That may be interesting.
Yeah, that might be pretty good.
And Ole Miss travels to Wake Forest. And Georgia and Kentucky is going to be good. They play at 6:30. And that's pretty much the top 25 games to note. And then some of the other ones as I'm scrolling that could be interesting. UNLV and Kansas could be pretty good if you just want to check that one out. Hopefully Memphis kicks Florida State teeth and continues to do that. North Texas and Texas Tech, I think that's going to be a whole bunch of points. So then A&M and Florida, that's going to be interesting to watch.
Oh, hell yeah.
So that's pretty much just what I see as I scroll here through those matchups here for the upcoming weekend. Now, as we turn the page, as we go ahead and slide on over to the NFL here, week 1 of the NFL season has officially, it's in the books.
Yes, sir.
Last night we wrapped up watching the Jets and the Niners. I sat there and I said to myself, I saw Aaron Rodgers pregame. I was like, he looks old. He looks he looks every bit of 40. You know what I mean? And granted, 40 is young in the grand scheme of life, but
football years, it's up there.
That's a lot. That's a lot of miles on the body. So just from the weekend, of course, we kind of hinted at the Saints. So of course, we'll start with the winning squad. T, how you feel about the Saints? And of course, y'all played a junior high team, but go ahead and speak on how you felt. And what did you think of number 4?
Man, I like the positive I'm taking away is the coordinator drew up some good plays. Because, that's the first time he ever looked comfortable ever since he played with the Saints. Now, so I give credit to the coordinator, and it just seemed like their timing was good. They got a full year in, everybody healthy. So it seemed like their timing was good. Kamara ran the ball good. Defense did their thing. They always been good, so they did their thing. But kind of hard to gauge it because when I watched that game, dog, I'm like, bro, I think this Panthers team, this is the worst team I ever seen in my life. So, like, I'm not gonna lie to nobody. That's the worst NFL team I've seen because nobody could get it open. The people when they was barely open, Bryce was just overthrowing them. I'm like, bro, y'all suck. I'm like, this is embarrassing for NFL teams. Dog, that was bad.
Wasn't his first pass a pick six?
Very first pass was interception.
I know, yeah, it was a pick. So that set the tone for the whole game. So I can't really gauge it. I mean, we did score the most points in the league last week. So I mean, we lead the league in scoring. You know what I'm saying? Only team to score 40. You know, so we got the number one offense in the. Like I said, O-line ain't even get off. I mean, but the defense helped a lot though. They got the turnovers. So I like what I saw. He looked comfortable. He looked poised, coordinated. Like I said, good play calling, and so they just gotta go get it done against a good team. So like they played Dallas Sunday. So we'll see what they made of against a real good defense and a good offense.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
That's right.
Pretty good.
Go ahead,
Looking forward to seeing that one. Lord, all right. I was pissed. I had to remind myself it was week one. It was week one, but I really wanted that one.
Yeah.
And then it's that other stat, too, about, again, being an LSU fan, seeing 0-5 in the last 5 opening kickoffs. And then for Indianapolis, it's 0-13. No, we haven't won the week one since 2013. Only one.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, so that shit is... that shit was annoying. It was really, really annoying. My phone was blowing up from all my Houston fans or friends or whatever, so that shit was tough. But positives, I like what I saw from AR.
Mm-hmm.
Got to get better.
Got
to get better, but everybody sees the 60-yard bomb that was great off the back slip, off the back foot, and launched to Alec Pierce. That shit was nice. I jumped up. My wife told me I had to calm down because I was outside screaming. She was like, we got old neighbors now. And I was like, yeah, man, whatever. Don't tell me I can come outside and I can't beat me outside. But defense got to get a little better. Texans just ran the ball all over us, y'all. I was still tripping about the fact of, like I said, I think I told y'all last week, I came into this whole thing hoping that they wouldn't get Mike Evans, hoping that they wouldn't get Saquon Barkley, and they turned that to Danielle Hunters, Stephon Diggs, and Joe Mixon, and every last one of them niggas showed up. Every last one showed up. Joe Mixon had a fucking game. I think he ran for like 150.
130 or something. Maybe 140.
Let's say 130. Let's just say 130.
On a fantasy team,
because he went off, yo. Oh my god, it was a tough loss because I took it personally, but losing by 2. Like that, and we was at home, and I mean, we just kind of keeping the streak going of not winning week one. Feel pretty good about going into the rest of this year. I'm just hopeful that everybody stays. AR played the entire game.
Yeah,
that was a big plus for me right there.
And he took some shots.
Missed a couple on AD Mitchell. Like I said, defense did what they could do on the D line, but the linebackers got to get better. Our secondary is trash. I already knew that, though. And then we just lost another starting corner for the year, so that shit sucks. But I don't know. Next week we're going to Green Bay with hopefully a Jordan Loveless team.
Yeah,
and we can bounce back real quick. Yeah, man.
Definitely need that one. As Jordan Love, he went down in week one over there. It's in that game in Brazil. You mentioned something about the field, and the field conditions all around football this past weekend were a bit rough.
Yeah.
Like, I think everybody was tweeting about the game on Friday night, whenever down in Brazil. Like, boys was slipping. I think Saquon fumbled, like, right out the gate.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He slipped and he hit the ground, and then the ball popped loose. Of course, Jordan Love, he got kind of bent over. Jalen Carter grabbed his leg, and
think it was dirty?
I don't think so. I think it is a football play, but I think because he was in the middle of the pile already, I don't think it was dirty, but it's going to look away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just glad that the field didn't cause the injury. Like if that would have been the case, Goodell Head would have been on the fucking stake at the end of the night. It would have been terrible.
Just like how we were talking about last week, how they're trying to do the expansion, do the whole international games. That would be like point of focus for them going forward.
That was terrible.
Yeah. And then the Colts field, I saw a whole bunch of slippage over there.
It was.
I saw that over there. I saw slippage in the Raiders game, the Raiders and the Chargers over there in SoFi. that didn't look too good. A whole bunch of the guys were slipping there on both teams. It was just a whole bunch of slippage. So hopefully the NFL gets that corrected, and I think we should let's just do this. Like, get rid of the turf.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Like,
can we all just go to grass at this point? Like,
I don't understand y'all $1 billion industry. Why can't we just get grass in the state? I don't give a damn if you got to like.
There's artificial grass.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just something. Like, the neighbor got artificial grass. My dude, you can put it in the stadium. Like, something.
Yeah. There's got to be something we can do. Because, I mean, during the week, don't the guys all practice on grass?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know?
And
For
then,
the most part.
Yeah, and then you get to the game and it's turf. Like, the NFL has to be able to figure that out. But, so, yeah, that's field conditions. But in regards to the Raiders, unfortunately, we lost this year to open up this season. My thing is, I just hate losing divisional games to start the year.
Yeah.
It's not good. And ironically, all three of our squads had divisional games to start the season. But,
oh, dang. That sucks.
We know JV, man, but come on.
I forgot it was not a division. But I don't like that though. That division game first, right? First
like
game,
out the
I
gate?
don't like that, bro. That's too much at stake. On the first game of the season, when nobody practicing, give them another. Anybody else? Not no division game ever.
Yeah, that's a fact. Division games are tough. Division games are always tough. You know what I mean? Like, it don't matter who it is. That's always a familiar face, familiar opponent.
Yep.
9 times out of 10, the coaching staff is returning. You know what I mean? So, or one of the coordinators, either your offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator, is returning. So the same schemes are being ran, so they're familiar with what you got going on in XYZ. But I loved what I saw from the Raiders' defense overall. Not just the defensive line is everything I thought it would be. Unfortunately, we lost Malcolm Kuntz Friday before we could even travel to LA for the game. They put him on IR so he's going to miss the first 4 games with a knee injury. And then our first round pick from last year, Tyreek Wilson, he got hurt on the first defensive series and he missed the rest of the game.
Sure.
And so I'm gonna just say this as and I think I can speak for a lot of Raider Nation. Mr. Wilson, Mr. Tyreek Wilson, you wore that goofy ass suit on draft night. And you are way too big to be wearing that type of shit. and you have not produced. It's now or never whenever you get back. It's now or never because not only do we have one of the dogs in the league in Max Crosby, one of the, I guess, top 5 defensive players in the league, or top 10, definitely.
I go 5.
But we got him a running mate in Christian Wilkinson. And he may be top 15. You know what I'm saying, in defense.
Y'all got Green Bay, huh?
The Dolphins.
Miami? Okay, yeah.
So with that being said, Mr. Wilson, you got help over there on the defensive line, so you have no excuse to not make plays this year going forward. And today, with his injury and Malcolm Kuntz's injury, we signed the former LSU linebacker, Kayvon Chason. Yeah, we signed him today. Nice. And that speaks volumes to Tyreek Wilson. That means that your spot is on the line, my boy.
Yeah, boy.
You know what I'm saying? So, and the NFL is cutthroat business. You know what I mean? You only have to. It's only a handful of them dudes that get guaranteed deals.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And so they will. These NFL teams will eat contracts and keep it moving. Just that's like the Broncos going through that $85 million dead cap situation. We're
starting to see more and more of that.
Right, they don't even care no more.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
They're like, we'll pay up and get somebody else back there.
That's right. That's right. So the Raiders did lose. The defense was on the field way too long. Offense didn't put up enough points to support the defense. And toward the end of the third quarter, I saw the guys over there. They had hands on hips. They were breathing hard. I said, this ain't going to be good.
Oh, shit.
And then from that point forward, J.K. Dobbins looked like Ohio State J.K. Dobbins. And was running down the field on us. So that's just how that went. The Chargers won. This upcoming week, we got Baltimore. We travel to Baltimore. And that's another thing I don't like. 2 straight games to open up the season on the road.
Yeah.
Can't stand it. But that's just what we get by being the Raiders, I guess. Thanks, Roger Goodell, or schedule makers. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
So, by the way, did y'all happen to see the Tyreek Hill situation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in Target.
Seen it last night.
Damn, so like, what were y'all's initial thoughts prior to the video and body cam footage coming out? And we'll go. TJ, go ahead and set the stage for what happened, and then explain from there.
Initially, like I said, I was in Target. I was on the phone waiting on the wife while she was doing some shopping and bullshit, and just looked and saw that a bunch of videos of people passing by saying that Tyreek Hill was being detained. And I was like, what the hell he was doing or whatever. And it was right down the street from the stadium. You know what I'm saying? It was initially one of the thoughts that I had was, this is Tyreek Hill on Sunday, opening week. Like, what the hell would happen right there? You know what I mean? But come to find out, I think they say he was speeding allegedly, doing like 60 and like a 30 or something like that.
I heard it was 100.
It was 100?
That's what I heard.
But look, I said allegedly.
Could be wrong, but I heard it was 100.
It was something over there. And so for me, my biggest thing was, how the fuck did this even happen? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is going on here? You know what I'm saying? Is he going to make the game? And agent came out, said that he was going to make it. It's all good. Then Calais Campbell pulled up. He wound up getting detained as well or whatever. And it's like, all right, man. So then body cam footage finally popped out. It was been a dick. Like, I mean, I get it. You're Tyreek Hill. I understand you're about to go play. Like, you $1 million man out there, fastest guy in the league. Well, second fastest now, according to Xavier Worthy. Looking at you, just want to see if you want to get some hate off real quick. You good? All right. But yeah, I just, for him being a dick in that situation, he didn't make the situation any better. But I also understand his situation was saying like, yo, I'm just trying to get to where I'm at. I'm already like behind on some shit, and things escalated from bad to worse, and thank God it didn't get worse than that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. What you think, T?
Yeah, like he said, it started out bad when the police, the officer first off, when he came up, he was aggressive, real aggressive, extra aggressive for no reason, bro.
Two of them. The first officer that knocked on the glass.
Yeah, that's the one. That's what I'm talking about. The
Yeah.
one that knocked on the glass. You know, Tyreek said he was like, man, why you hitting on my glass like that? He just gave him the stuff. He said, man, give me my ticket and just give me my ticket. So then, but Tyreek, this was not a mistake, but he could have handled this better. He didn't have he rolled that window back up. And now, you can roll your window back up, that's fine, but in his situation, he got that tint on it, so you can't see through it.
See what's going on.
So the officer, he does have it's like probable, if he was like scared, it's reasonable for him to be, fearful, because the tint was so dark, he don't know what's going on in there. But, I mean, looking at the footage, they wasn't scared, because they just stood there. They was like, oh, okay, well, I can't see nothing going on, but I'm still going to be standing there. That's weird.
I'm still going to be a dick about it.
Yeah, so then they tell him, hey, roll the window back down or whatever. And then he was like, and he rolled it down a little bit. And then they told him, just get out. They told him to get out of the car. He said, all right, lift the door up, get out, puts his foot out, get out the car. He's moving not super fast, but he's doing what they said. And they just grab him, throw him on the ground. He's like, hey, bro, what's wrong, bro? Right. Put him on the ground, put that knee in his back, cussing him out, saying this and that. He on the phone trying to tell, I guess it's Rosenhaus. Yeah. Hey, bro, they arrested me. Call Drew. I need help, whatever. And then the officer gonna hang the phone up and say something like, "Stop crying." I hung the phone up. I'm like, what are you doing? Now you supposed to be doing your job. Now you hanging the phones up. Yeah, he was doing too much. Then my boy came up in the range or whatever. No, not Calais. The other guy. It was another guy that pulled up. The dude that pulled up in the front of the Tyreek car.
Oh shit! I thought that was Calais.
Yeah, Calais was on the behind him.
Okay. I thought he jumped out and then they told the other guy to move the car. Or something like that.
So the guy they told to move the car, he was on the phone with Drew, and he was like, "Hey, they got Tyreek arrested, bro. Like, they arresting Tyreek because they beating on him and stuff." And then a police officer, he walks up, he told the little dude in the car, was so funny. He was like, "Y'all need to move this car." He said, "Get in the car." He said, "I'm in the car." He said, "Y'all need to move the car." He said, "I ain't driving." He said, "I'm not driving." He's like, "Well, who's driving?" Dude said, "This is my car." He said, "Well, move the car." He was like, "Well, move the car." He was like, "All right." Then the other officer who had the body cam was telling the dude, "Hey, get in your car and leave." So then the dude was on the phone. He was trying to walk around the back of the car to get to the side, not the front. So while he trying to walk on the back, the other officer was like, "Give me a license." And he was like, "Wait, what? I'm getting in my car to move. You're telling me to move the car." Then he was like, "No." He said, "Move your car. Move your car right now. Get the car. Move your car. Give me a license." And he was like, "Hey, wait. What am I supposed to do?" You give me 8 different orders. And the other officers tell him, "Hey, get in your car and leave." This dude said, "All right, I'm about to go." Other officers keep, "Hey, move your car. I mean, give me a license." He said, "Wait, Why? He said, give me a license. He's like, he just told me, get in the car, I'm about to get in the car.
Power trip.
Yeah,
and I ain't even see all
that
this.
part? Oh, yeah.
So you tell me, I'm over here like, wait, what?
Yeah, that's the part that got me, because I think that's the one that put his knee in his back. He was tripping, dog. So he told him that. So I do eventually ended up, he's like, bro, this man, he's saying, man, bro, he right here said, get in the car, so I'm getting in the car. He was like, well, you dealing with me now.
Yeah,
He's like,
dealing with
he
me
right
now.
here. Like,
Oh, shit. I missed all of this.
Yeah. So that was the one that got
the
me.
angles of this damn video they don't have, bro.
And then go back to Tyreek when he was standing on the side. The officer was
standing up,
and he was telling him to, sit down, squat down. But Tyreek was like, all right. And Tyreek was like, all right. And he was telling him, hey, he's like, hold on, I just had surgery on my knee. And the dude came behind him, yoked him up, and dragged him to the ground. Tyreek was like, man, you ain't see that video?
No, I saw none of that,
bro.
Yeah. Bro, the only thing I saw was the shit that I explained was them pulling up on Tyreek, hitting on the window, and then after that, I saw him have him detained with his knee in his back, then move around. Then I see another video of them talking to the dude that was in the passenger side of the truck, which is why I said I thought Calais Campbell was in that truck, because that was the next thing that I saw was Calais Campbell on the side over there, and the dude saying like, I'm not driving. So that's what I thought. Oh shit,
that was Calais. And then that part with T over here talking about too, like Tyreek was standing up. He was like not on the curb. He was on the street part, and then the officer literally like yanked him from behind, and then like forced him to the ground. Tyreek was like, yo, I just had surgery on my knee. He was like, I just had a procedure. He was like, I'm trying to sit down, but like you can't just force me. He was like, I'm trying to sit, but he was like, give me a second to sit. The officer was like, I don't care, you're not following orders.
Yeah, he's like, you would follow orders from the beginning. I'm like, that ain't got nothing to do with right now.
Yeah.
Like, just because I listen then, that ain't got nothing to do with what's going on right now.
Oh, so that explains why old boy got suspended.
Bro,
because I thought they was just like, again, just protecting like the money person and shit. That's what I thought. But damn, I had no idea.
Two of them like tripping out. Then the Calais Campbell. Then Calais' part was he just came up. He was parked. He was just behind in the lane, and they were telling him to move his car. And he was trying to ask the question like, "Is it illegal for me to stand over there?" He was trying to really ask. He was asking questions. He was like, and then Calais was like, "All right, well, I'm gonna go stand, on the sidewalk." And then the police officer was like, "Come here, detain him." He's like, "Bro, I'm trying to get out the way." Like, so them officers, they was tripping. Like Tyreek didn't help. Tyreek could have
handled it better.
Yeah, he ain't have. Like, when he rolled that window up, they kind of, started, triggered some stuff, but them officers, y'all there to de-escalate.
Yeah.
Y'all made the one, it 100 times worse, dog.
Lord.
So that was my thing. I'm like, bro, like, y'all there to de-escalate the situation. Like, if he's speeding, give him a ticket, let him go. Y'all up in here. First, y'all, y'all asked him when he opened the turn, put him on, why your seatbelt off? I'm not driving. My seatbelt doesn't have to be on if I'm just sitting in my car, dog. Like, but you asking dumb questions. So, them officers, they was on a power trip, dog. But I'm glad that it ain't get worse because it was two super big black men right there. And it could have anything could shoot with the little black man. Anything could have happened. So I'm just glad that nothing happened to him.
Yeah, nothing worse proceeded from that point forward. And I appreciate what Tyreek said in the post-game interview. He was like, what if I wasn't Tyreek Hill? And he also said, and then that goes to the teammate aspect of things, of like locker rooms and friendship and just community. You know what I'm saying? Like, we saw different angles of other cars that were passing by and how many people recognized, like, yo, that's Tyreek. You know what I'm saying? And then what Tyreek said, also he said post-game, he was like, I'm glad that one of my teammates was there, or my teammates were there for me, because he was like, I felt alone. And if any of the listeners have ever been in a situation with the police before, and you felt by yourself, that is a one-of-one feeling. Like,
it really is.
There's no other way to describe that. You really can't describe it. You just have to be in that moment.
You have the
experience, and hopefully you never do. But if you have been in that situation, then you know exactly what we're talking about and what Tyreek is talking about. So I felt him on that. But I think, you know what I'm saying, to give Tyreek, a way he could have changed that, I guess just leave your window drop, homie. You know what I'm saying? Just leave your window drop.
He was pissed. He was pissed. But in that situation, I can't see it. Just leave the window down, dog. And just, if they talk to you, just ignore them or plead, whatever. Second Amendment, you can just say, You don't have to talk. You got to write them right silent. You ain't have to say nothing. You can just let the window down, let them talk all day.
And you on the phone with your agent. Your agent could do the talking for you. You know what I'm saying? Through the phone right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you late to the game, obviously it's being recorded.
Mm-hmm.
That's your reason right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I guess the Dolphins organization would deal with it from that point forward. But
They ain't do nothing. He got my fantasy team. That turned them up, boy. That boy
Yeah.
at 8.
The selling was great too, boy. Selling was great.
All-time great.
Yeah, I was like, yes, sir.
that's right up to me. That one is right up there with the T.O. popcorn, the T.O. the Star,
Mm-hmm.
Joe Phone,
the Joe
man.
phone, and
Randy Moss Moon.
the Randy Moss Moon. That's right up there with those.
That was
right
great.
there. That's definitely one of those.
Turn my boy up.
Yeah,
man.
Tyreek definitely flashed out. So, transitioning from Tyreek's unfortunate black man news,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to transition over into some positive black man news. So,
Get paid, black man, get paid.
yes, sir. Shout out to Dak Prescott, Louisiana native, getting that check and some in a state where it's tax free over there with the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, that's so good.
Tajan, what's the details on this new deal there?
Man. Boy has agreed to a 4-year, $240 million contract extension that will make him the highest paid player in the NFL history, keeping the Cowboys uniform all the way through 2028. $231 million guaranteed. That's $1 million more than Deshaun Watson.
There you go, pushing for it.
My goodness gracious, the deal had to be done. Part of the whole, like I said, the funeral services that I had to be a part of is my wife's family. One of her cousins that I met for the first time, a huge Cowboys fan. So that Friday night, we were talking, watching the Philly game. So, of course, he's getting his hate off on Philly. And I was asking him, I said, well, what you think is going to happen with Dak? You think he's going to stay? You think he's going to leave or whatever? He said, oh, no, he's staying. It was like, this is Jerry Jones. You got to remember, he said his deal is getting done or announced tomorrow, which is Saturday, or Sunday before the game. And lo and behold,
He called it.
called it.
Yeah.
I texted him right after that. I was like, man, you called it, bro, like a mug. So $60 million a year average. Oh man. My favorite part about this whole thing is talking to Dallas Cowboy fans and how they all absolutely hate it. Like, I don't understand. I've never met people that hate their team but love their team so much or whatever. And every last one of them was like, fuck that, what has he done? He hasn't earned anything. And it's just like, but what y'all was going to do? Y'all had to pay him to extend them and to get other people. Y'all still got Michael Parsons to pay. Y'all just paid CD. You know what I mean? Trey just got his deal a couple years back. Like, I mean, it had to happen.
Bland is going to get his deal too.
You know what I mean? So I love that for Dak. He deserves it. I think. I don't know if he's ever going to get out there and win something, but whatever. I felt if Dallas wasn't going to pay him, somebody was going to pay him.
Yep.
But the question that I wanted to ask y'all about this is how do y'all feel about like next man up and like the salary just gets higher and higher? Although these people haven't really done much. Trevor Lawrence. I mean, Joe Burrow at least got to a Super Bowl. You got Trevor, you got Jordan Love, and you know what I mean, Justin Herbert, and they're getting like the higher averages. They're making more than what the people that are actually winning are. You know what I'm saying? But one of the conversations I always see is like this next man up shit. So what do y'all feel about that?
Go ahead, T.
All right. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. From the outside looking in, I hate it because I'm like, bro. So just because somebody else got paid something,
X amount of dollars.
you have to get paid based off what they. You get paid up basically based off what they got.
Mm-hmm.
Like that don't.
Reset the market.
Yeah, like I'm like, bro, like, but you gotta, if you gonna do that, you gotta come with something. Like, it's certain people that done got paid. I'm like, look, you ain't done nothing but been we done sold some jerseys, that's cool. We done sold some tickets, but you ain't produced on the field.
Average.
What I'm actually paying you for,
Mm-hmm.
the production on the field and some wins and some leadership. You ain't doing none of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta pay you because the quote unquote market is paying other people this amount. I personally don't like it. But I mean, if I was in the situation getting the money, obviously I would be fine.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But from the outside looking in, I'd be like, bro, that's the craziest thing to me. That's why I'd be like, man, some people like, because I ain't gonna lie, Dak, when they said $60 million, if I was Jerry, $60 million for Dak. We ain't won a playoff game. We ain't got no championship game. It ain't all your fault,
Mm-hmm.
but you do play a part in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's more the other people's fault, I believe, than yours.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, you want them, but you might, for me, you go Go get it from go get it from one of them. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
you ain't gonna get it from me.
Mhm.
Now 45, 50. All right, that's the market or whatever. That's what I'm willing to pay. But you trying 60 minutes? Somebody can come do. I feel like somebody else can come do that job.
Mhm.
But not just that though. Like the Trevor Lawrence, Herbert,
Love.
what got paid?
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love.
Love. He a little bit. Maybe a little bit different, but it's still bad that you got to pay him for 8 games. But he a little bit different because he's young and he just getting started and he looked real amazing.
Mhm.
But yeah, man, I don't just looking at it. I just be like, bruh, as a business man, looking at it from that side, I'd be like, ain't no way, dog. I'm not about to pay. I'm not about to pay you for what somebody else is doing because you can then they be using stats and stuff. I don't care. I watch the game, dog.
Yeah.
I watch the game. I come to the practices. You know, if I'm the owner, I'm around. I'm talking to the coach, and you know, I'm getting feedback from the GM and all. Like, but man, dog, I never like it's just because football kind of same as basketball. Certain players get paid because of certain people, certain stats. I'm like, bro, like,
Oh my God,
No.
that year, Nicholas Batum got paid.
Oh,
paid.
yeah. I remember
And
that.
I think he got paid. Evan Turner shout out to Evan Turner. He got paid. The Portland players, my name is just killing my team right now. But both of them got paid. And the biggest one that everybody knows, Tobias Harris. Dude ain't never made an All-Star team.
Stealing money.
He got a career earning of $300 million. You never made an All-Star team.
Stealing money.
They got an All-Star team. You never made an All-NBA. It got 3 of them teams. You ain't made neither one, dog. You got first team, got second team, got third team. He ain't made nothing. You made $300 million, dog. I would want to be him every day. He got no basketball accolades. I made $300 million.
None.
But yeah, dog, it's just the same as for me personally. I can't, but I'm on the other side. I'm left with it.
Yeah, I think you know what I'm saying. Like I'm kind of somewhere between both of y'all's stances there. Like I think it should just be broken up into tiers. If you've
1000%.
been to the promised land, example Joe Burrow, or if you've produced at high levels like Lamar Jackson, 2-time Super Bowl, 2-time MVP. If you've won multiple Super Bowls, like i.e. Patrick Mahomes, disgusting to say that, but you deserve to be in that upper tier, that upper that upper room.
But then they'll bring in somebody. All right, well, Brock Purdy. I got to a couple NFC Championship games. I got to a Super Bowl, and then you compare him to let's just say a Dak. That'd be like I ain't got none of that. But my stat skill is. So which one do we value one more or more than the other?
If I'm an owner, I'm valuing success more than stats.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's just like just like Brock, like Joe Burrow got paid, and of course Joe Burrow in this group of quarterbacks in this day and time, he's supposed to be one of the better ones, right?
Yes.
Josh Allen's supposed to be one of the better ones. He ain't never won shit. He ain't
Well,
won.
he got the 2 AFC Championship games, didn't he?
Ain't won enough.
Yep.
And every time he get there, he lose.
Get folded.
But he got more. He got more than Lamar.
I mean, but then again,
Then that's when Lamar MVPs come in.
That's where his MVPs. That's another form of success.
Right. But then I'm just always want to argue. Come on, bro. I'm like, yeah, you got some MVPs, but did you deserve one of them? If we being honest, like, did you deserve that last one, the one last year?
I think so. Yeah, they had the number 1 seed in the AFC. They locked that up.
Yeah, they just lost at home in the playoffs.
Patty offense was garbage. The offense was garbage, and somehow this man they still won the division, still won this. I'm like, okay. I'm just saying, bro. Like,
It's not just me that be hating on the Chiefs, and I love the fact that I get to hear other people hate on the Chiefs. So
no, that was Chief Love.
No, well, it sounds.
Because I think
I was a reminder of
I think they did play bad, but I thought Pat
won it all.
He still held them up. But on the down, he held them. So I was like, man, get that man nothing.
I just look at it like this. Like, I feel like Jordan Love should get paid somewhere in this. Jordan Love should get paid somewhere in the same area, or right below Trevor Lawrence, because Trevor Lawrence ain't won nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right, like how did he get really paid? That's
right.
It.
You know what I'm saying? That's like Dak. But I mean, I guess you could say, I guess Jerry Jones' point of view or the Cowboys' point of view, he's had this much. He's had sustained success.
Mm-hmm.
It's been like
Minus-
8 years.
Minus championships. But I think there's years that you could argue the Cowboys' offense has been better than the Cowboys'
It
defense.
has been.
Don't shoot that when he first came in, the offense was
Clicking.
Mhm.
holding everything down.
Yeah.
So the defense finally just kind of caught up.
Yeah.
When Micah Parsons came along.
Really when Parsons came up.
Yeah, so I mean, there's different ways you could cut it and dissect it, but I think overall, I think this should be broken up into tiers. Like Trevor Lawrence, Jordan Love, same level, and Josh Allen, same level.
Mhm.
Lamar and Mahomes
Mhm.
and Joe Burrow,
Mhm.
same level. Brock Purdy is going to be in that
He's gonna
area
get there,
with
yeah.
them.
Whoa.
He is.
Where?
He's going to get there.
He's going to get
But
that
again,
based off of success.
Yep.
He first of all he got inserted into an NFC Championship game that he wasn't even ready for,
True.
and he got hurt. Well, San Francisco pretty much lost all of their players in that against Philly that year.
Oh my God, was
Like
so bad.
that was insane. Then he won. He came back the following year, took the gang to the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
So I mean, that's just that with that. And
See, I thought that the league was going to get it right, although this team really fucked up with this signage or whatever. But I really thought they was going to get it right with Daniel Jones because they didn't pay him market. They didn't pay him market at all. They still gave him $40 million that he didn't deserve.
Right.
So I was just like, okay, well, bet we're finally starting to see somebody be like, no, we'll give you something, but we're not going to give you market. Like we're not going to do that. And like they'll say it's still fucked up because they look terrible.
So maybe my
You
beef
know?
ain't with the people at the top. It's the people, the ones when they pay the ones at the bottom. Because I ain't no way in the world Daniel Jones supposed to get. I don't care what the market is. $40 million, sir. No. You 25.
Yeah,
I don't care how much quarterback. You
Yeah.
20, 25, dog.
Yeah.
I seen you play.
Yeah.
You 20, 25.
Yeah.
Like,
Then you get rid of the best player for him to help him.
yeah,
right, bro. Yeah. So maybe I'm looking at it wrong. So yeah, the high paid, give them whatever. But them guys like that's why the market get reset because they paying if they
No,
don't
so you're still not wrong in what you're saying.
because if they don't get 40, how much does Patrick Mahomes really deserve if he getting 40? 'Cause I think Patrick Mahomes make like 45 a year or 50.
I mean,
I think he's right there, like somewhere
he's
between
like-
45 and 50.
Yeah,
something
so
like that.
if Danny Dimes
Yeah.
getting 40 now,
Yeah.
if you look at it,
Mahomes 80.
you're not wrong in what you're saying because you got to remember the first one to get paid was Kyler. Aside from like somebody being successful,
Yeah, he did. He got
Oh, yeah,
paid.
that's
Kyler
right.
was the first one to get paid that wasn't like ultra successful or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Mind you, the Cardinals have been subpar or below for 4 years now,
Yeah.
for 4 seasons
Yeah.
just about. So, and I mean, and Kyler just got that new deal about 3 years ago, I think.
Mhm. Shit, I think it was like 2.
And whatever year it was, they was like, okay, you got to start watching film. If they have to
Yeah.
build
Oh,
a
yeah.
deal contract, like that's an issue,
Mhm.
and that is a telltale sign you may not be deserving of, let's just say A+ money.
Mhm.
Let's just call it like it is. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? But I don't know. I think it's interesting. But on the other side of things, I do appreciate black men pushing that pen forward.
1000%.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right, because the highest paid is all like 3 black guys. Dad.
Jalen, Lamar.
Is that it?
Will Mahomes make the most over the next like 5 years too though?
He got a 10-year deal of
And
$500
then
million. Like,
Watson making, and he's still
he's
up there?
got 2.
Yeah,
What-
230, but I think he's on a 40 year, maybe 46.
Man,
Yeah,
40
they
year.
paying them black men.
yeah.
Shout out to the NFL.
Hey,
Black
man,
men gonna
look.
get paid now.
Hey, man,
Nowadays.
I'm starting to throw Deshaun Watson in that scammer conversation.
He-
We can
He's
talk about that another time. We can talk about that another time.
Let's give him another week and reevaluate because he played a tough opponent.
Yeah.
You know, played a tough. But
Cowboys
next
defense
week
is real.
we might need to revisit him.
Yeah,
That's
man.
right. That's right. So yeah, we'll definitely put a pin in that one to see what Deshaun does in the upcoming the rest of the way for the season. And just as we taking a look here at the NFL schedule for Week 2, as we alluded to earlier, the Saints, they are traveling to the DFW area to take on the Dallas Cowboys.
Light work.
Yes, sir.
If you know, then you know
Light
that
work.
that's going to be one of those games.
Light work.
By the way, those might be 2 of the best lady fan bases in all of football. You know what I'm saying?
I can give him that.
Saints, the lady Saints fans, y'all are.
Yeah, I had a bunch of them just pop up on my IG a couple of days ago. Follow. Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So Saints fans, Lady Cowboy fans, and Houston Texans.
That's what I was about to say. Hey, I'm about to say, hey, Houston, man.
Gotta
You know
throw
what I'm saying?
Houston.
So those are probably the three best, and it's ironic how they're right here in this general part of the world.
All in driving distance. 4 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours.
That's right. So Thursday night, week 2 kicks off with we got the Bills taking on the Miami Dolphins in South Florida. So that's going to be Thursday night's game.
Start Tyreek.
Yes, sir.
So some other games to note of the upcoming weekend. The 49ers are going to travel to Minnesota.
That's interesting.
That should be good, actually.
The Chargers are going to move on to 2-0 as they take on the Panthers, unfortunately.
I got the Panthers upset. I'm calling them right now. Watch they beat them, dog. They on the road. The Panthers at home?
Panthers at home.
They going to win. What?
Side
they going to win.
Side note, I saw earlier today that you could get 2 tickets for the Carolina Panthers home opener for $1.10.
They throw a coke in with that bitch.
Popcorn and soda.
Damn, son.
It's low.
Autograph.
It's low dollar as it gets up there. It's nasty.
They
up
make
there
that game free, son.
Yeah, it's nasty up there in Charlotte.
Hey,
That's the home opener.
Look, man, I know you talk about the upcoming games, but I always had this theory that I ain't really shared with too many people when it came to the Panthers and Bryce Young. All right. I've never been big on Alabama quarterbacks coming out, like ever. Like, shout out to Tua for getting where he was at in the right situation with Mike McDaniels and shit.
Cash Money Mike.
You know, but the biggest thing with Bryce is that, like, even his Heisman year was him, Aiden Hutchinson, and a couple other people and things or whatever. But people always talked about, like, how talented he was from the neck up. Not saying that he can't throw the ball. He's has a pretty decent, accurate ball or whatever, but height is a problem. Like, I don't give a damn what you say. Like you have to be able to see and things like that. But one of the things I always had, like, just a random ass conspiracy about is that David Tepper is like this hothead that just wants to win right now. And a lot of these new owners come into these situations just ready to, like, put their nuts on the table and just go.
Instant success.
So I think Jim Irsay, which is the owner of the Colts, he had said, like, in a random press conference that that Bryce Young kid looks really good down there. We had no intentions on getting Bryce. And then when it came to Houston was going to have, like, the number 1 pick. I don't think that they would have taken Bryce at all. I think they still would have went with C.J. Stroud. And if it was us, I think we would have went with C.J. Stroud or Anthony Richardson. Mm-hmm. So I think that they kept throwing that out there. I think people kept throwing it out there. Bryce Young. And I think David Tepper jumped on that shit just like, yeah, bet. Let me go get him. So the coaching staff that he hired with Frank Wright and the rest of those people was telling him, no, we want C.J. Stroud. Mm-hmm. And he came up there and said, nah, fuck that. I want this kid. Yep. Because this is the kid that everybody's talking about is going to be the Steph Curry of the league. I think that the league set that boy up. I do. I think they set him up, man. That's why I think that boy was going to be good for shit.
I think so.
It's terrible.
And
random conspiracy.
That reminds me of like that whole draft thing, because something actually came out over the summer at that draft, because of course Bryce Young went 1, C.J. Stroud went 2. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, we had Josh McDaniel and we had David Ziegler in place as our GM at the time. The deal was in place for us to move up to number 2.
Oh, word?
The deal was in place for us to swap out with the Texans. Josh McDaniels turned the deal down because Ziggy put the deal in place and he set up the whole entire deal. We were going to give up whatever we had to give up. Anybody was on the table, and minus minus Max Crosby, mm-hmm. I'm minus Devontae Adams. We were going to probably give up the house for CJ.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Josh McDaniels turned it down, and now look at him, out of coaching. He's like, you know what I'm saying? But that just brings me back to that draft experience. Yeah, that actually came out through one of the Raiders sources there over the summer. So, but I mean, in regards to what you're saying, into Bryce Young and Alabama quarterbacks, like Jalen Hurts and Tua have been the only 2 successful ones out of this whole Saban was there 18 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those are the only two to be that successful. And
the good thing about Jalen, he was able to leave Alabama and still go to Oklahoma and be successful.
that's right. Still won a Heisman.
Yeah, so that's still good. Yeah.
I kind of agree with it because they kind of the same thing. Johnny Manziel was number 1 too, didn't he? They did the same thing to him. They won a Heisman.
Mm-hmm.
People was hyping them up, but the analysts was really saying no. Don't. There's better players, better quarterbacks. Don't. That stuff he did there was cool. He got away with certain stuff.
Yep.
Because he had Mike Evans and the other receiver, and how they played the style, it made him. But then Bryce was kind of the same thing. Like the players they had around him, the line, all that, the coaching, like
Devontae won a Heisman.
Yeah.
They showed a Heisman trophy. So all they played, and they was telling him, nah, he's kind of small. He don't run that fast. His arm ain't that big. They're like, you might want to take this dude and Richardson. They was like, you might want to look at him too.
Yeah, they were even high on Will Levis for a bit there.
Yuck.
Oh my God. But yeah, they kind of do that with when people come in with like Heisman and stuff. I seen that they kind of gas them up a little bit. They look at all they good, but then like that was in the college, dog. Even though it's the same sport, it's a different game in the NFL.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
That's right. So, some other matchups here for the NFL weekend, as we alluded to earlier. The Colts are traveling to Green Bay to take on the Packers.
Must win for them.
We got the Browns taking on the Jaguars. As we sat there and watched the Jaguars
toilet bowl
choke that one away.
Yes.
Yes. Jets, Titans, Bucks at Lions. That's actually a playoff rematch.
Oh, that is a playoff rematch.
Yeah, that's a playoff rematch. Raiders are visiting Baltimore. Nobody cares about the Rams and Cardinals. Bengals and Chiefs at 3:30 on Sunday. That's going to be pretty good.
See, why the NFL? Why would they do stuff like that?
That should be in prime time.
No, them 2 games. The Chiefs should never play Baltimore and then the Bengals week 1 and week 1 and week 2.
You're the best.
You want a Super Bowl?
Best.
Yep, put you out there.
Yep.
Man, you better put some scrubs out so we can beat the brakes up.
But then again, the AFC West is playing the AFC North this year. Like those are some of our divisions.
Ain't Pittsburgh in the AFC North?
Yeah, we play them.
Give us them. If I can't say it, give me Pittsburgh first. Let me beat them now, and then Cincinnati. They not in the same.
I mean, they got them at home. They'll be all right.
Okay. Give me Cincinnati after you give me the Browns, or after you give me the Steelers. Not after you give me the Ravens.
The Saints travel up there the following week.
Who?
The Saints go to Kansas City next week.
We do?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's but that's week 3. We can double back to that. So nobody cares about Steelers and Broncos. Well, shout out to Justin Fields getting that win down there in Atlanta.
Shout out to Bo Nix. Didn't he get a win?
No, he did not.
Oh, never mind. Bo Nix will take it back.
Yeah.
No,
decent,
buddy.
But
I was thinking about Caleb Williams, that rookie. He won. Shout out to him.
Yeah, he did. The Falcons.
No points.
Side note: the Falcons lost. They couldn't score any more than a kicker. They lost to a kicker this week.
Hey, didn't they get a new quarterback? Some dude named Kirk Cousins, something like that.
Big money Kirk.
Paid him a whole lot of money. They got a lot of good receivers. Got a great running back, great tight end. Oh, man. Great cornerbacks are amazing. Secondary is amazing. Got the best safety combos. Got that new 8 Terrell back there.
Falcon fans
and
quiet.
then, how many points? 15, 10?
I think next week I'm gonna get the Falcons fan in here next week. I think I'm gonna get a Falcons fan in here next week. But
don't tell me it's who I think it is.
It is exactly who you
think.
He
live in Alexander?
Yes, he does.
I know he was crying. I know he was crying Sunday. I know he was crying. Boy's shirt was drenched in tears. I know he was crying. That big jersey he was wearing probably so wet. They're like, boy, you got this out the wash?
That big Reebok jersey, huh?
Boy, I saw that mother wet.
And then Sunday night is going to be Caleb Williams taking on C.J. Stroud. That's going to be the Sunday night game, and then Monday night, Atlanta goes to Philly Monday night. So that's going to be interesting. So I think
this week is good.
Yeah. So this is another good week of football here. So that pretty much is all the matchups there for the week. Anything else in football before we go ahead and wrap up football there? Well, the game slate, that is.
Nah, man. Shit. Good luck to y'all squad this week. Sound like a good week of football coming up. I'm excited.
Another good week of football. I'm definitely tuned into Red Zone. I'm locked in, so I catch everything over there on Red Zone.
So wait, Raiders, who y'all play?
We go to Baltimore.
and y'all play
Green Bay. In Green Bay.
Dang, everybody got tough games.
Tough games.
Yeah,
Tough games this week. Tough games.
well, it's not gonna be tough for easy dub. We playing the Cowboys, bro. Come on.
That's gonna be. I really think that should be in prime time, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, but I mean, or
It wouldn't do at prime time.
or
That
either
was
Bengals and Chiefs should be in prime
I'll
time.
take that 3 o'clock slate for that down.
So, but I don't know. NFL guys, the flex thing normally starts to happen. I think about week 4, week 5,
Yeah.
where they can start flexing schedules or whatever. But they'll get to that then. So, some other football news that came out. Well, football in regards to Super Bowl 59 that is coming up in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Yeah, man.
As I stated, the Super Bowl is in New Orleans, Louisiana. I think New Orleans has hosted the most Super Bowls, by
I think
the way.
so. It's like 11 or 12. Right?
So the news came out that one Kendrick Lamar is K-Dot is the headliner for the Super Bowl this year, and the internet was in a bit of a uproar.
A tussy.
Yeah, they were. The internet was in a bit of an uproar in between everything that happened there, over who is the headliner there.
Mm-hmm.
So, what were y'all thoughts on it? Do y'all agree with it? Do y'all think that well, do y'all think that the NFL got it right, or Jay-Z, or the powers that be, or what do y'all think?
Yes. Yes, I do think that they got it right, and that's only because of the year that K-Dot has had, or I ain't gonna say even the full year, just the last 4 or 5 months. You know what I'm saying, that he's had there. Look, would I have loved Wayne to be there? Yes. Do I think that Wayne should have been there? Absolutely. Do I care? No.
Thank you.
I am absolutely alright that this man is not going to be headlining the Super Bowl. But I am one of the people that do believe that Kendrick will bring him out, feature him or something like that, because for one, that is his favorite rapper.
That's right.
2, he does have the respect for him, and then 3, he's in New Orleans.
That's right.
I also believe that the uproar is only because Wayne came out and said that he wanted to do the show. I think that's the only reason that there's an uproar on it, and I don't think that people are wrong about it. It's just 11 times. This man has been popular since what, 1990?
99.
Something.
The 99 and the 2000.
At least 99.
You know, and the Super Bowl has been there several times since then. And it's like, all right, he's been hotter than what he is right now at this point. You know, so why hasn't this been a conversation before? Rather all the Master P's coming out and saying something, Boosie saying something, Juvie saying something. And it's like, Juvie, make a case for yourself. Yeah. Like seriously, you didn't even know what Tiny Desk was until somebody had to tag you and tell you, hey, yo, you should do a Tiny Desk. You said no. And now all of a sudden you have like a resurgence after people was telling you, like, nah, you can actually benefit from a Tiny Desk, bro. Yeah. So I appreciate you coming out and defending this whole thing and saying that you are mad at the powers that be, but it's Kendrick Lamar, man. Like, who's hotter than him
right now?
Today? At least it's not Taylor Swift. That's what I thought it was going to be.
Oh, no.
So I thought it was going to be Taylor Swift. So I guess I'm not as mad or as pissed as other people, because my thought process was that it was going to be Taylor Swift or nobody at all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think they got it right because it's Kendrick Lamar. You know.
Yeah. So I think, to be honest with you, I'm looking at this from a larger point of view, right? Mm-hmm. A larger point of view in the sense of culture, right? Mm-hmm. Whenever you look at music and you think specifically the rap game and hip hop, like, you have these staples in America. The staples are LA, the staples are Houston, the staples is New Orleans, the staples is Memphis, the staples is Chicago, the staples is New York, the staples is Atlanta. I don't think you get much more diverse than what New Orleans has to offer. Now, I said that, and I said hip hop, but Wayne could have did something where he could have brought out some type of jazz legend, blues legend. He could have did something, because doesn't New Orleans have some type of they have somebody that did something in regards to like R&B or something like that got popular or whatever. But I don't know. New Orleans just has so many different. I don't know. Hell, you go to New Orleans and you walk the streets and it's music.
Yeah, that's it.
It's so much music being played down there. So, I think they did miss. I think they definitely did miss this. Now, the other side of that, we know Wayne's music to be a bit, how can I say,
I know what you want to say, but don't want to say. So I know you're trying to find a better word for it.
Let's say
he uses a lot of like substances in his music. You know what I'm saying? Substances, meaning like drugs and stuff like that. So I can see how
I definitely thought you were talking about something else, but I get you.
No, but I mean like. Huh?
No, keep going.
So I mean, he uses a lot of like drug substances in his music. So I think that is hard to put across in a sense of if you use the subject matter of what he raps about, and then you sit there and you say, well, what is his set list? The set list looks like a Millie.
How to Love.
The set list looks like Shooter with Robin Thicke or Tommy Down or you know what I'm saying? You really can't do Back That Ass Up on national TV for the Super Bowl. But I think if you get Kendrick to do Not Like Us, where you call somebody a pedo, it's like you should be able to do Back That Ass Up, which in return you should be able to get Wayne to control the show or curate the show. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Like I can't think in my head aside from features. Like we're talking straight up Wayne records. Straight up Wayne records. What are some things that Wayne could really do? Like, what does his set list really genuinely look like? I would love to see Wayne, and I want to see Wayne do it, but
speak on it.
But what does it genuinely look like?
So the word that I thought that you was talking about earlier was regional, because regionally for us, he can get up there and do what the fuck he want to do.
Yep.
We can hear a Birdman Jr. We can hear a Oh No. We can hear a Back That Ass Up. We can hear a Hot Girls. We can regionally we can hear that shit. Right. I remember having a conversation a couple of years back about people saying for them, man, what was the point that Wayne like really blew up? To me, I'm just like, what you mean? He's always been hot. Like, what are you talking about? They was like, no, Lollipop did it. It's like Lollipop.
Absolutely not.
Say it was hot. I would say it was Wayne hot before Lollipop. But
Lollipop made him.
You know what I'm saying?
Globally.
You know what I'm saying?
Lollipop made him national.
So after Lollipop, you got like a Millie. You know, you got what's the joint that you got with T-Pain? If you got money,
Can't Believe It.
Got Money.
Can't
Believe It or Got Money.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, so we know that he can come up with a set list, but I would be interested on what that would look like.
Yeah.
With that, I think that we can kind of sit down and be just like, oh yeah, because it's a conversation right now saying what type of hits this Doc got. It's like, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
Watch that on YouTube.
That's what I'm saying.
I forgot some of the songs. I was like, oh,
like that. We gonna be alright. Like that shit jump on like it's up and up for that. You know what I mean? So I don't. Somebody created a clean version of Not Like Us today. It doesn't sound great because there's a lot of space in there, but you know what I'm saying? Look, for me, I hope for the masses, like whoever that was in Atlanta when the Super Bowl was there, they brought out Big Boy. Because again, that was another conversation. Like, oh, y'all, what's that, Maroon 5?
Maroon 5.
Yeah, they was just like,
Maroon 5, Imagine Dragons. Like,
yeah, it's like y'all bringing all these people here, but y'all not getting nobody from Atlanta, and then Big Boy pop up. It's just like, don't forget. Again, I don't look at it as disrespect to bring Wayne out as like for a moment or for a feature or a co-headliner or something like that. Like we have seen Beyonce was a co-headliner with Bruno Mars, bro. That was Bruno Mars' show, and then
Beyonce took over.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see that not being a thing. I just think people are just in the uproar because they just wanted to see a head-on collision with just Wayne. And I'm not saying that Wayne can't do what Rihanna did or what Weeknd did, but what them motherfuckers are global than the motherfuckers. Right. Like pop stars.
Yeah, pop stars. And I'll just say this: I'm so glad it's not Taylor Swift because I can't stand any more Kansas City love. Like I can't stand it, and you know what I'm saying. I get it. She's one of the three most recognizable faces in music or pop music, however you want to describe it. But no more Kansas City love, okay? So you know what I'm saying. Let's keep her off of it. I'm cool, you know what I'm saying. But I think to what you saying, TJ, like that goes a long way. Like Bruno Mars was the headliner, and then Beyonce was his Cole.
Mhm.
And then, but Bruno did what he had to do because I think that was the year 24K that album came out.
Yep.
And then he did what he had to do, and then he set the screen for Beyonce, and she did what
Yep.
she did the rest of the way.
The woman fell on beat. Like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
This
So
shit was insane.
yeah, so I don't know. I think more will be revealed with the Super Bowl
I think so.
details. I think a lot of people are just upset about the initial announcement, but Kendrick is way too aware. He's way self-aware and culturally aware to be like, no, it's just gonna be my show and my show only. Like Kendrick knows. One of y'all alluded to Wayne being Kendrick's idol. Like that's just what it is. Like Kendrick gonna show love, and we'll all. I think it'll all work out in the end. You know what I'm saying? And plus, them two have a record on the Carter 5. like together. So I mean, they may be able to do that together. They may not. But hell, how Kendrick curated the pop out for Juneteenth, he's going to be. I think I trust in the artistic mindset of Kendrick Lamar to be able to incorporate Wayne or incorporate New Orleans or incorporate different genres of New Orleans culture into what he has going on. But I mean, we just saw 50 perform out in LA for what Dr. Dre and Snoop had going on. So, I mean, I think it'll all work itself out in the end. And so, like I say, more will be revealed, and I think we'll get more details here. Definitely by I say Thanksgiving or Christmas. And
oh hell, shit! Just wait till Super Bowl. It's a nice surprise to sit up there and be mad at the motherfucking everybody that's wanting Wayne is outside having like a smoke break, cousins walking something like that. No, Wayne's here, y'all. Everybody run back on in there and shit like that. Wait, see, calm your ass down and hope that the Super Bowl is a good game. Like I'm happy about the halftime performance and shit always, but give me a good Super Bowl.
The demographic that's gonna be in the actual stadium, they ain't even gonna be Wayne. Them ain't even Wayne fans. We just they ain't gonna even. A lot of them ain't gonna be Lil Wayne fans.
Exactly.
I ain't saying people don't got money, but them tickets is high.
Yeah.
And then what if a New Orleans ain't in it, and it's a I don't know, Baltimore. Well, no, the blacks can be in Baltimore. What if it's
Detroit?
I don't know.
Detroit black too.
You know the white city, the Chargers. What if it's the Chargers and another team or whatever?
White ass team.
Yeah,
the Packers or something.
Who Tennessee and like the Titans? Like who gonna be like? The Super Bowl usually don't be the people that they think. The people they think like the Wayne people that's mad. Okay, y'all be mad. Y'all gonna be mad watching from the house. Y'all want to see Wayne perform from the couch. The people that's in there, Lil Wayne ain't on their radar. Lil Wayne ain't on my radar. Lil Wayne ain't on a lot of people's radar. Wayne ain't been hiding a minute. And we being for real. Like, yeah, he Lil Wayne. He ain't, nobody checked. Really, the internet brought it up because he's Lil Wayne, but nobody been checking for Wayne. What was Wayne, ask anybody, what was Wayne's last good single to them? With no feature, with no feature,
His
or
record.
when he wasn't featuring on somebody. What was the last good song? I can't remember. What's the last album? Carter 5? You said that track. What, Mona Lisa? Good song. I don't remember nothing else about that CD. Like nobody really checking for Wayne, bro. That's the thing. Nobody. Ain't no rain. You ain't got what you got going. Carter 6 minute drop, but ain't nobody.
I think where people would combat with that is like whenever Prince did the Super Bowl in Miami.
Niggas Prince. It ain't no him over the seas.
But see, this is what I'm saying. Like icon status, and Wayne is up there in icon status. Like I think if you put Wayne on TV, people will recognize him, but they may not know his song.
He is. But Wayne hurt himself. He could have been bigger. He never advanced. If we get him deeper, he never advanced as an artist. That's the thing. Like
I agree with
his
that.
content, he was going up, and then I don't know what happened
When the drop off happened, it happened.
Yeah, around like probably 20 after the dedications and the Carter
when the Carter 5 was delayed.
But I think before that, like
because Carter 4 was delayed.
Because his music, I don't know what album it was, but his music kind of started getting the. I'm like, man, I'm getting the same. Like, you're not growing. I don't know nothing else about Lil Wayne that I didn't know when I was 15.
And
like all of like his music, he just went like this.
Yeah,
so in my opinion, that's his own personal thing that he messed up on. Like as an artist, he was going like here because when you had Carter 2 and Carter 3, he was giving you more inside, and even the mixtapes, the drought is over. Like you got more in depth about Lil Wayne as a person, but then after them kind of mixtape, you just kind of got the same the same type of music. I'm like, bro, you not shooting nobody, Lil Wayne. We know you're not. You talking about guns. You talking about guns and drugs. You're 40. You ain't doing this.
You
Talk
got
about
kids.
your real life. Talk about life insurance. Talk about picking your kids up in school. Talking about talking about going to school, picking your kids up. Talking about your relationship with your baby mama. Talk about your daughter growing up now. She grown. She broke up with her boyfriend. What you had to talk to her about. You talk about older people stuff, but he never grew as an artist. So to me, that's what kind of hurt him because Wayne always been here, but he could have really been at the best. When people say the best rapper ever, he was the best rapper, but he could have been the greatest hit rapper. Like he had the lyrics, he had the influence, he had the style, he
birthed a lot of these niggas. We know
everybody, all the kids,
really,
all the real kids, y'all really look like Lil Wayne. Y'all all tatted, y'all all skinny, y'all got dreads and braids, whatever. That y'all Lil Wayne. Everybody's influenced by Lil Wayne, but I think it's just him. But nobody. I mean, like you said too, that it's good. Like he is kind of like some of his core hits. Like we mess with him, but as the masses, they don't really know them songs. It's kind of like the Boosie effect. Yeah. Louisiana, we know every Boosie song and it's hit. You play that somewhere, it's like, man, what is this? Or that's a Boosie song. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, people wouldn't believe that Boosie was who he was for real.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like and in regards to other Louisiana artists, like respectfully, Hatch not gonna get up there and do Wipe Me Down. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Hatch not gonna get up there and do Set It Off. Mm-hmm. Hatch not gonna be able to get up there and do Independent. You know what I'm saying?
Also, he could do is Wipe Me Down.
Yeah, and Hatch would get his quick 45, 50 seconds and he would get off.
That he typically gets when he performs that.
Yeah, and then that would be it. But Webby not gonna be able to get up there. They damn sure not letting that NBA and 4K Trey shit.
Oh hell!
You know what I'm saying?
Like, y'all ass down somewhere.
You know what I'm saying?
Hurricane, please shut the fuck up.
Yes, indeed.
Nobody want an A-Bay and hand clamp.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think before they let any of that type of hip hop get on, they may let, due to the current climate that we live in, they're gonna let Big Freedom get on and do some of that bounce shit prior to.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's just what it is. So, one last thing before we wrap up this part of it. Does Kendrick's current situation with the Canadian have anything to do with him getting the nod? Because mind you, the Grammys is the week before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So he gonna win a Grammy then perform at the Super Bowl? Because he gonna win Song of the Year.
You got to release the album in order to be on that.
Apparently that's in the works.
Yeah.
I think it does, and I think that it doesn't. If it's the whole thing that has something to do with it, then yeah. But the part that I think that it does is just the outrage that everybody has about Wayne. Yeah. That's what I think, or whatever. So even like talking to people yesterday, I was just like, well, I think that they're more outraged because of his situation that he had with Drake. Yep. Or whatever, and that's just it. And then them all came out today and said that Drake turned the Super Bowl down a couple times. I don't really give a shit. Like I don't think he did. Yeah, but I mean, it could. You took down one of the hottest people, if not the hottest person in hip hop right now.
Yeah, the two of the best from their generation. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think got a little bit to do with it only because the thing with Drake made him like he blew up this year, like to even higher heights, and he was relevant. He's been relevant since the year, pretty much for the last 4 months. He's been super relevant. He got the hottest song for the year, rap song. Yep. So yeah, that definitely helped him. Because I mean, he was already Kendrick Lamar, but then now he got the music, now he got the pop side of it into what he already got going on. So now they just like, all right, he's the biggest artist. He's not controversial. He don't got no controversy and nothing surrounding him. He looks the part, you know. He does good in his community and all that stuff. So all that play a part into it.
Black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's black.
Yeah. All that play a part in it. But but like you said too, my bad. Like you said too, Wayne. Kendrick been knew he was gonna perform. Like they ain't just tell him yesterday, the day before he made the commercial. So he been knew he was gonna perform. But like you said, he gonna put something together to show his appreciation for the New Orleans, for the New Orleans, culture.
There's a reference to what Kendrick did. Have y'all seen that video? How Kendrick announced his video to what a United States general or lieutenant.
I kept seeing it. I saved it. Never went back and looked at it. But
He's referencing that and about war and how there is no second chances to war, and so that's another subtle shot at the Canadian too. Like,
you better sit his ass down, man. Don't come back out here with that bullshit straight.
So, just before we go ahead and wrap up today's episode, tonight we have the presidential election debate. We have Vice President Kamala Harris. She is debating former President 45. How do y'all feel about tonight's debate? As I think that's supposed to. It's been. As I looked down at my phone, it was delayed a little bit. It was delayed by 30 minutes. So they're supposed to start here, and I think within 15 minutes or so.
Get my popcorn.
So what do y'all think about tonight's debate, and how have y'all felt about the presidential campaign trail thus far?
All right.
Toss that mug like a runner quarterback.
I don't care because I know who I'm voting for, and no matter who gets in, I never see my life changing by who's in the office. I'm like, oh, gas gonna go up, food gonna go up, gas gonna go down, food gonna go down, rent's gonna go up, interest rate gonna go up, gonna come back down, interest gonna come back down. But in my day-to-day life, I don't even think about the president. Mm-hmm. So, for this, I really don't care because sometimes they'll say, they say the president don't have no power, the Senate has power. I'm like, all right, cool, or whatever. So, does it matter? So, it shouldn't matter if I put in the president. If they ain't got no power, it don't matter who's in there, right? Mm-hmm. But then they're like, no, you voted for her. Why did you vote for her? You said they ain't got no power anyway, so why? Mm-hmm. So no matter who in there, nothing gonna happen. So why are you mad? Mm-hmm. I don't care. I'm voting for the lady because she black. Like, that's it. Mm-hmm. I ain't got no other reason. Yeah. I don't want no other. I don't need no other reason. Right. We gave him a chance. Cool. He had a chance. Did a thing. Cool. Give her a chance. Let her do whatever she says she want to do. I'll try. All right. Cool. Then she got 4 years. If she wins, she got 4 years to do whatever. Then she gonna be out there. We're gonna be having the same argument about the next person. So it's gonna. So yeah.
How old are you, bro?
I'm 30. I don't know, 32.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Everything that you just said, always said. Always said. And I still feel the same way in some instances. I think the part about this one for me is, I don't know, it's historic. I'm tired of being part of like historic ass shit. Oh my God. that shit is fucking exhausting to just keep witnessing like more historical shit or whatever. And so even when it came to this again, like, hey, as long as y'all have me on this show, I'm always gonna reference my wife. That's my best friend. That's what I talk to about everything, right? There you go. But we was having a conversation about how I think that this shit was like a play from the jump in 2020. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, we gotta get this motherfucker up out of here, bro. This dude's causing a problem. The world celebrated after Biden had won. I thought that shit was trippy. Yeah. They ain't bringing Kamala for that and shit. Everybody knew that we ain't trust Biden like that. We ain't really fuck with him like that for real.
Was losing his mind.
Like, even then, we was just like, it was a clown show watching them niggas debate. That shit was ridiculous. I remember one person that came on, he said it was a dumpster fire with a shit stain on the side or something like that. He had said, and this was somebody like on like CNN News type shit that said this. You know what I'm saying? So to go from what that was, experience whatever this last 4 years was, because again, that's what I'm with you at. Like, regardless, our day to day is gonna still be the same. We still gotta live. Yeah. If the gas prices are high, we gotta pay for it. Food costs are high, we gotta pay for it. Yeah. They lowered. Oh, thank God, we got $2.65 on gas today versus $3.17 last week. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you as far as that go. But then just to kind of see how all this shit is laid out and how it's like playing out, it's still very, very comical. It is. But am I ready to see her like tear his dementia having ass up at this point? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, please do it. Like, I think that all this shit is a cope. And I want them to just shut the fuck up. I was a little concerned about what would happen. I think I'm going a little too far with what you're asking, but I was a little concerned on what would happen if he won and if he lost. I thought that they was going to get too power hungry if he won, and everybody was going to act a fool. And then if he lost, I thought that people was just going to act a fucking fool. But then we saw what they're willing to do when they lost, and that's what the January 6th shit was. It's like, all right, they wasn't prepared for that shit. If he lose this time and y'all pull off on that fuck ass shit, all right, one person got killed that day. We're gonna fuck up the rest of y'all.
Everybody going down to this.
Y'all come try that Capitol shit again. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But again, just some historic shit. I'm ready to sit down, listen to what the fuck they got to say. But there's always gonna be the local elections for me. That's always most important. It's the Super Bowl of like politics.
I don't understand now. Granted, now I'm not as well versed into the political world as I should be as an adult, as the new adults.
That's a fact.
But
No with you on that.
why don't, to what you said, T, like Senates and Congress, women and men, why don't we ever see them two have debates in their states?
Mm-hmm.
Like, granted, I don't think I should know what's going on necessarily in Texas, Mississippi, Arkansas. I don't think I should know that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think candidates in Louisiana should be debating on a platform where we all can see on our local news station. Like, I feel like that should be a thing.
I agree.
Once again, what do I know?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
Like, because that's not ever broadcast or put on a pedestal.
If I'm not mistaken, which one do they not have to leave? Like, one of them you can hold your job forever. Is it always like the House of Representatives? Somebody you can hold your job forever. I'd like, what's the black guy name? He's up there.
Not Ben
The
Carson.
cone?
I guess Clarence.
Is it Ben Carson?
Is it Clarence Thomas?
That's what I think you're talking about.
It's one of them positions in politics, like you can hold them like forever. I don't know if it's the senators or a congressman.
Because again, just like you just said, I should be more versed in it. But
that's why we don't see That's why we don't see none. Because I think you can hold that position till you die.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ain't no revote unless you say I'm done.
Whatever the fuck Mitch McConnell is.
There you go. That's that one right there.
I think that's a senator or something.
Yeah,
like
the
that.
dude in Kentucky.
Yeah, they don't have ain't no term. You can stay as long as you want, dog. If they don't kick you out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how that cult type of behavior and stuff goes on. That's how they run it.
Senator, that's what it is.
Yeah, senator. You've been in there 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got to go. I don't have to go nowhere unless they kick me out this time.
I feel like
That's weird.
There should be a age limit on who can be president and who can hold those type of higher up seats.
You feel me?
Like, that should change. Like, I honestly feel like even though 60 it's not old, but it's not young.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think the age of 60 should be the cutoff in the higher type of political seats that you can hold.
Mm-hmm.
62, the regular retirement age, right? Don't they,
62 or 65, exactly.
Yeah.
So if that's it, you should push that back to let's just say 61 because for your term.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just put it like that. Like 61 should be the cutoff. Like, and if that's ageist, oh well, that's just how I feel as the new adult. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it's ages if I'm looking out for your health, dog. You got to get on planes. You got to go to meetings. You got to do this. You got to do that. I know Biden was on them pills. Whatever.
Yeah.
I know he was on all them staying up pills, bone pills. I know Trump on the same thing too. I'm like, bro, you 70 something.
We see you.
We see you.
I see you.
We see you. Bro.
My dad's in his 60s. He moves around great for a 6-year-old, but I know there's certain medications he's got to take. And I'm like, you 10, 15 years older than him, dog. Like, and you do way more. He retired and he got to do. You active, so I know your body got all type of pills and stuff in there. So yeah, bro, we looking out for the elderly.
Dealing with global crises.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, it's just different. So yeah, I just wanted to get y'all spill on the presidential debate that is set to take place tonight. Of course, by the time that y'all hear this, the debate will be over. But expanding the brain. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. So
get well versed on this shit, bitch.
That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in for this episode of the Perspective Podcast. To my left, I got Taj and Jamal in the building. He came through, held it down, as he is a permanent member of the show going forward. And Tevin Hinton's over here to my right. You know how me and T do this. So until next time, we'll be back next week. Y'all take it easy. And before we get up out of here, I just want to say one quick thing. Rest in peace to Rich Homie Quan. As we lost him, we lost Rich Homie Quan. What's the actor that did the
James Earl Jones, my dog.
James Earl Jones. And we also lost Fat Man Scoop.
Yeah.
And so we've lost a couple important figures in black culture over the last few days. So rest in peace to those gentlemen. And once again, condolences and rest in peace to people that y'all laid to rest this past weekend. And so until next time, y'all, this was another episode of Perspective, and we out.